Orlamar here with a little walkthrough of Ground Battle Assault Battle, or Ground War Assault Battle, Challenge Tier 2. It seems like some people struggle with this one, so I just wanted to let you know how I do this one. I do have better Jedi than Bastilla. My Bastilla is only Gear 12, but she's very key to this matchup, and she seems to do a lot better than my R7 Anakin ever does here. So we're just gonna, the key here is going to be retribution from both Kenobi spreading it to the whole team and also Bastilla's battle meditation, and then Yoda spreading buffs constantly. So you get that special ability for this event, and he can just take so many turns and spread buffs to everybody. So we do want to take out the squishier characters in the first tier, and then we want to save our specials and our turn meter for the second tier. This one gets a lot of people because these B1s do a lot of damage and they attack over and over and over again. So you really want to save some turn meter going in so you can at least get one of them out. Ideally, you want Kenobi to take a turn early on in this one so you can get retribution up and then everybody can counterattack. Bastilla's also here so that if she takes a turn, she can give everybody battle meditation. So then they'll have I think it's 70% chance to counter. And counterattack isn't that important for damage, but it's important for healing under Jedi Knight Revan's lead. So every time one of the Jedi attacks out of turn, they will recover some, I think it's just protection, but it might be health too. There's plenty of health recovery on this team as well though. So and Kenobi's just tanky. I've got him at R5. A lot of people have him at R7, but I haven't seen the need for it yet. So I did screw up there a little bit, didn't get enough turn meter going into this phase, but this is only phase 3, and phase 3 is a fairly easy one. It just takes a lot of time to get through them. And you do, the B2 battle droids are the problem. However, they're a lot tankier than the B1s, and then I don't even know what the other one's called that gives them all the protection buff. But so I want to get through the easier ones first, and then I steal their protection buff so that I can spread it to the rest of my team, hopefully. Unfortunately, the B2s dispelled it there, so again, could have been problematic if my team weren't geared very well there and might have had to lose somebody and restart. But as it is, we're fine here. This can be done with quite a bit lower gear than what I've got. My Yoda is R7, so I understand not everybody's going to have an R7 Yoda, but I think it's pretty key for him to be Relic. He could probably do it at gear 12, but it would just be a lot more RNG there, and you'd take a lot longer time on this next phase, which is the problem phase. For a lot of people is phase 4, where General Grievous comes out and he's got his death mark, which can cause some trouble for people. So we want to, once we get towards the end and start killing these B2s, we want to make sure we're paying attention to our cooldowns. We want to save Jedi Knight Revan's mark, and we want to make sure Jedi Knight Revan has as much turn meter as possible going into the next phase so that he can go first if possible, or maybe one of my other characters, and then have Revan go before any of their characters. We really want to make sure we mark Grievous before he gets that protection up buff. So right now I've got full turn meter. I'm trying to find somebody to swap with. I could probably swap with Bastilla there, but found Kenobi was fine too. Bastilla had a lot of turn meter, so it worked out okay. I wanted to make sure I killed him because Jedi Knight Revan had full turn meter, so we can go to the next phase and immediately mark Grievous, spread some buffs, and now even if they do the protection up buff, Grievous has buff immunity and he's marked, so we have to attack him. Their taunts won't matter, and he won't be able to get that protection up. So we want to get him down as quickly as possible. They did get death mark off on Kenobi. Luckily, I still had Savior. It was triggered there, but then we're able to finish off Grievous. So this is not an ideal run. It could be going better, but we finished off Grievous and we have all 5 characters left, so it's not a problem at all. Should go pretty smoothly from here. It's actually pretty easy from here. I want to make sure I get this generator droid, is that what it's called? Yeah, shield generator droid down, and then I'm just going to throw it on auto for a while because these commando droids and Magna Guards are really tanky and take a while to get through, even with all Relic characters, or mostly Relic characters. So I'm not worried about cooldowns at this point because it's going to take a while to get through them, and we'll cycle through the cooldowns multiple times. So we'll just wait till my team finishes them up. Okay, at this point I took it off auto because we're getting close to the end of the phase. I want to make sure I don't use Revan's mark senselessly. No need for it right now, and then we can use it in the next phase. It's not crucial to have your abilities off cooldown in the next phase, but if you get some bad RNG you can lose, so I just want to have the best possibilities out there for me. I'm trying to, at the end here, I'm trying to not do damage and not finish him off, trying to see if I can get my turn meter loaded on a couple characters a little bit better. Didn't really work out well that time, but Kenobi was up there, so we were able to get retribution. This phase can cause issues just because these Geos again attack a ton, but the nice thing is if you've got your Jolee properly modded, it's going to be really hard for them to kill him, especially when Kenobi's there to taunt whenever there's a critical hit or anything like that, or if he loses protection. So then we can just work them down one by one and then start working on our cooldowns again, make sure that we're not using any big specials that we could use in the next phase, use basics. And this phase is again fairly easy. They do take a lot of turns early on because I did not do a good job of preloading my turn meter like I should have, but we'll focus down B2 so that he doesn't dispel all our buffs, and then try to take him down as soon as possible. Notice we keep using the special ability from Yoda to every time it's available, pretty much, because it gives us a bonus turn, and then we can spread all the buffs each time too. So it's available now. We could spread them, or we can wait till the next phase. It's really a toss up there. We decided to do something probably not the smartest move there, to use his big hit, because then we don't get any turn meter from it, but oh well. Again, phase 7 is another filler phase that's not going to really cause too many issues, but it's a good opportunity to make sure that we keep our turn meter where we want it to be going into phase 8, which is again not nearly as hard as phase 4 with Grievous. So we'll take down the shield generator droid, and then I try to prioritize the spies first because they have a potential of hitting pretty hard, and we'll keep spreading those buffs. You can just see how many turns these characters take in these assault battles. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's alright. So I used the special ability there to go after soldier instead of spy because it would have been overkill for a spy. And we have full turn meter on Revan going into the final encounter. Right away we want to focus on Asajj. So this phase is really easy as long as Asajj is dead. She has the only ability that's going to dispel us. So if we can direct focus her and take her out immediately, then there's no chance of them dispelling their debuffs. Let's go after the shield generator droid now. so that he can't give more of their special protection buff. Now that we stole their protection, we can share it with our whole team, and I could just put it on auto right now fairly easily, but the AI is pretty dumb, so I'll just play it out to make it go quicker. And Poggle doesn't have the protection buff, so we'll go after him. There's just so much bonus protection from that buff that it's not worth going after people with it, unless you can dispel them. So I could have dispelled there with Bastilla, but I think it's almost expired on them anyway, so now we can take out Dooku if we want. And again, we're going to spam that special to keep those buffs up. And at this point, it doesn't really matter what I do, we're going to win this no matter what. So that's how you beat Challenge Tier 2. I'm about to get a 7-star gas in a little bit here. I haven't really tried Challenge Tier 3 too much. It's not really worth it for the time for me, because I think there's a lot of RNG involved. So, and the rewards aren't that great. So just doing the Challenge Tier 2 for now. We'll see if we can do Challenge Tier 3 in the future, but not sure. And then let's go in and check my mods here. Nothing special. Jedi Knight Revan's at 291 speed at R3. Yoda's R7, only at 265 speed. Speed doesn't really matter for him under Jedi Knight Revan. Jolee's got 75,000 health. He's 221 speed. I've got him modded for tenacity and critical avoidance so that when they hit him, they don't do too much damage. And then health and protection are both good on him under our Jedi Knight Revan lead. So my health is probably preferable, but Bastilla's 217 speed, so she's only 4 speed slower than Jolee, so that kind of helps with getting that battle meditation to stay on a little bit longer. And then Kenobi's at 249 speed with some decent health.